not what was happening, but that's what we were told was happening.
We certainly thought.
So he says right here in Genesis 9, now remember, I'll go back to that concept of that, and Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. That's the King James translation. It doesn't say that at all in Hebrew. But nevertheless, that's what it said. He was a just and a perfect man. Then here, he's also drunk. And there is some other conspicuous things about him. I'm not sure. But they said there was something going on there. I mean, I'm not sure. That's what I heard. And I'm not sure that what they said that they heard was really what it was. And Noah began to be a husbandman. Look at it. Noah began to be a husbandman. Adamah, a husbandman. That's a very, very important word. The word Adamah is also used for the word earth. Adamah. It's like when Cain spilled his blood into the Adamah. He didn't spill his blood into the Adarats, the ground. Right. And everybody told us that he spilled his blood into the ground. No, his blood spilled into the Adamah, because if you look up his name, you realize his name means vanity, simply because he's just a type of your egoic nature, which God said is just vain, but it's okay. Yeah. It helps you experience contrast. Not anything wrong with it. We thought, well, God, there's something wrong with it because he's going to kill each other. Noah began to be a husband. He planted a vineyard and then drank. He liked what he planted. He drank what he had and got drunk. And he was uncovered in his tent. I don't know why he got drunk and goes naked. That's what they told me. That was the idea they gave me. He was the drunk man naked. Verse 22, and Ham, the father of Cain, came and saw the nakedness of his father, and he told his two brothers. And Shem and Japheth took the garment and laid it upon the shoulders, and they went backwards, and they covered the nakedness of the father, and their faces were backwards. It's walking backward. It's like the Hebrew language is backwards to everything else. And you see, it's only when you and me will begin to shoulder the responsibility of the Spirit, and we begin to take a new paradigm, and we will walk backwards, we will begin to uncover, and we will see the tremendous mysteries.
Right. Right.
So, he says, put the garment on his shoulders. He went backwards, and he covered the nakedness of the father, and the faces were backwards, and their faces, they saw not their father's nakedness. Noah woke up from his drunk state, from his wine, and he knew he was his younger son, what his son had done unto him. And everybody told me that he cursed Ham, and that's why they're black people on the earth.
That's Georgia talk.
And I said, BS. Y'all ever heard this story? He cursed. It doesn't say anywhere that he cursed Ham. I've asked people for a long time. I've asked preachers. Ask a preacher.
Yeah.
Bless God, it's down there. I know it's there. I said, well, just show me. I ain't from Missouri, but just show me where it's at. And you know what I found out? They can't find it where it's at down there, but I know it's in there somewhere. You ever heard that one?
Yeah, I'm from Missouri too.
I'm bold enough to say it ain't there. It ain't there. Ain't nowhere God cursed Ham. Well, who did he curse? He said, and he said, look at verse 25, and he said, cursed be Cain. Well, how did he get in the picture? Who's Cain? Who is Cain? Look at chapter 10, verse 6. The sons of Ham are Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Ham's fourth. You see, there's not anything in here that's there by mistake, but it's all there by code. And if you don't understand the code, you ain't got a clue. Come here from sick of what it's saying. So what you do is you build all your religious garbage. Now you think with me just a little bit. Thinking out of the box. We're going 200 miles an hour. You better keep your hand on the wheel now. God didn't curse. God didn't curse Ham. It appears to me that God cursed, or that Noah cursed his grandson that wasn't even there. Actually, his fourth grandson from Ham. That's not even there. And you have to say, well, let me just say this to you, help you to understand something. This is the second place that you'll find the word curse in the Bible. I want to spell the word curse for you. R or. You know, when you look at that in the Hebrew, then all of a sudden you begin to get a little suspicious. Especially if you understand the word light is or, and you understand that the word light is referring to energy, that we understand that the word light is referring to intelligence. We realize. And so when you look at that word curse, and they translated it curse, it ain't what it is. You look at it and you say, oh, R-O. R-O. It almost sounds like the pronunciation of light twice. And when you break it down in the Hebrew code and you look at the numerical value, you begin to see that's exactly what it is. It's light within and it's light without. You see, what we've got to do is deliver ourselves from the concept and the idea of a God who would dare curse us and the earth. Going fast.
Light within and without.
Why would God want to curse us and curse the earth? And you know, I know what you think. It's because that woman. And if it was that woman, then we ought to all of us men get together, kill every blooming one of them, and we'd be okay. Wouldn't that be a mess? Well, I'd like to say something right there. It'd be a mess then, for sure. Any of you ever been to prison? That ain't a wonderful place to all men. I won't be nobody's girlfriend. Our boyfriend. Me and Connie got a good thing going on. I like that arrangement. That arrangement works for me. That's all right. Well, each his own. We have to deliver, and I'm saying this, that obviously there is much more to what I'm trying to say, to get you to think. I'm trying to get you to think, number one, first, that God is, number one, first and foremost and important, and number two, that your relationship with God is the most important thing that you'll ever experience in this journey. And to deliver us from the ideas and the concepts that have hindered us, held us back, kept us in bondage, kept us on this egoic roller coaster. It's the roller coaster of up and down. It's called emotions. You see, when you get your DNA turned on, you get to hitting on all of your cylinders, you begin to, the divine nature, as Peter said, that I am this divine nature, that it's God's intent for me to be this divine nature. It's God's intent.